For generations, this ally to the north has been by your side. Ontario, Canada. A partner connected by shared history, shared values, and a shared vision for what we can achieve together. Stable and secure when the world around us isn't. You can rely on Ontario for energy to power your growing economy and for the critical minerals crucial to new technologies. Ontario is your third largest trading partner and the #1 export destination for 17 states. Our long-standing economic partnership keeps millions of Americans working. In a changing world, it's time to bring jobs back home and build together. More workers, more trade, more prosperity, more security. For generations, this ally to the north has been here. And for generations more, we'll still be here, right by your side.
So props to Canada right now. Canada does not want to go pew-pew with the United States. Full stop. They don't. But they absolutely take the threat of Canada becoming the 51st state seriously because they have to. Because it's coming from a man who actually does most of the crazy things that he says, despite so many of his constituents saying, oh, he's not really gonna do that. Yeah, honey, yeah, he is. So I completely understand why a lot of people in Canada are not buying American right now, are making sure that they are organized. So if things do hit the fan, they are protected. And what a great lesson Canada gave us in unity. And to my Canadian viewers out there, I just want to remind you that a lot of us in the United States are sane. We appreciate that you are an ally, and we do not want to go to pew-pew with you. So I was reflecting on the private school that I work for and the fact that we have really small class sizes. Now, as parents, that's often something that we're looking for in a school. Small class sizes means more individualized attention to your child. The one thing that I don't know that we discuss enough is how much that really forces children in small classrooms to get along with people that they don't agree with. This is one of the things that we hear from our alums all the time when parents ask them, so what was it like transitioning from this really small school to a giant school, to a university, to a place where there are thousands in each grade? And the #1 thing that we hear is, actually, it wasn't a big deal because I had already learned how to get along with people that I don't agree with. So I was able to build bridges and make connections with peers and teachers fairly easily. That definitely doesn't mean that they like everybody in their class. It definitely doesn't mean that they are able to agree with everybody in their class. But what it means is that when there is a conflict in a small group of kids that is going to be stuck together no matter what, they have to actually face that conflict head on. It doesn't mean that they can retreat to different corners and have different cliques and create this us against them environment. That just doesn't work. It isn't productive. So children in this environment are taught that when there is a conflict, they have to work it out. And they do. For a very long time, that's also how the adults in this nation were. Yes, we have had a civil war. Yes, we disagree on things all the time. Yes, there is vitriol. There will also always be people that are at the extremes. And I don't expect those people to necessarily change or be open to having these conversations. Would be great if they would be, but we've got to be realistic, right? I did not ever expect to hear myself sounding like a centrist. And I want to be clear that I am not a centrist. And I don't think that in order to have a difficult conversation with another person, that you need to change all of your views or compromise who you are. But in actually having meaty discussions, we are able to understand the other point of view, and we can create a more respectful, peaceful, and productive environment. Unlike what we're dealing with right now in America, where half of the people are saying, burn it all down, and the other people are saying, but I live here and I don't want to live in fire. Now, Canadians are angry, and they have every right to be angry. They could have come at us with vitriol. They could have come at us with threats. They could have called us names. But instead, Ontario reminded us that we have a long-standing, fruitful trade agreement and that our economies benefit off of each other. Working together makes us better. Be like Ontario.